everybody, and welcome to Energetic Principles Monthly Horoscopes for September 2017. My name is Melissa LaFara, and I am an astrologer and tarot reader from San Diego, California. And in this video, we're going to discuss what is in store and what key dates to look for during this September period. So let's get started.
And may the stars be with you.
All right, Leo and Leo rising. What does September have in store for you? Well, now that the sun has moved into Virgo as of August 22nd, basically our spotlight has made a switch. You know, vitality and awareness and what we're focusing on has now changed. And for you Leos, it's all around what you're manifesting and your own self-worth. So issues of self-esteem is probably going to come up, and, you know, tapping into your own, like discerning your own earning power and finding your worth and meaning through work. And if your work life doesn't really have that right now, you know, chances are these issues are going to come up. Like, am I doing the things that I want to do? Is my work really valuing me? Am I giving too much for too little? And so these are the type of issues that could come up right now because you're going to want to take responsibility for your finances at this time. So whether they're looking not so great or you want them to look better, your mind and just your overall action, self and ego is going to be on these issues. You're going to want to manifest more. You're going to want to be more. You're going to want to possess more. Possess more of what you want, though, because chances are this might be a time where you're like, okay, well, I don't need any of these things anymore. And you're going to pare down in life in your own possessions so that you can, in turn, you know, make the space to bring in more of what it is that you do want. So just know that, you know, most of this month you're going to be focusing on those issues of really tapping into what it is that you're worth and making sure that you're taking responsibility for your own finances so that you can get the things in life that you want. So a couple dates to talk about here for September. We have the first one, which is September 5th, and that's going to be when Mercury is going to station direct on the solar eclipse point at 28 degrees Leo. And so our minds have been doing a lot of work, you know, retrograding here, going forth, going back, you know, hitting the eclipse point, you know, how significant is that? So just know that your mind is going to be clearer and moving forward and back on track in the area of how you want to direct your own life. Your mind is ready to essentially take charge and take action on what it is that you want out of life and where you see yourself to be in a position of greater self-leadership and greater expression through your own personality. And boy, you know, if you're a Leo, which obviously you are if you're watching this video, you're full of personality. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but sometimes it is, right? So just know that this is a time when your mind, we've done all this work on the ability to rein in our thoughts and also be able to communicate with others. And for you, that's communicating your own personal needs. And those are important things, and especially to a Leo. So just know that you're going forward in a new place here where you're kind of back on track with those issues. And then the Mercury is going to move into Virgo, which your mind's going to be now focused on all these issues of self-worth and the finances and this, that, and the other. But you're going to be in that strong position because you've done all the work around your own self and how to take action there. So the next date we have is actually the next day, which is September 6th, and that's when we're going to have the full moon at 13 degrees Pisces. And so with the full moon, this is a full moon that is essentially bringing us breakthrough. So just know that chances are something's going to kind of fall apart and dissolve, much like things do in Pisces, but you're going to be able to break through and release those illusions in a sense to, you know, get out of that subjective reality and come into real life, you know, since the sun is in Virgo. And so for you, that full moon is really going to be around change and transition, and also creating boundaries in life. You know, what it is that you've been trying to manifest, you need to find some shared resources for that. So chances are, if you've been reaching out to other people to help foster your own talents by helping them helping you financially, or them helping you with their own talents and coming together, there can be an emotional tug of war in those areas. There also might come up of issues around letting go of certain emotions so that you're able to transform your own self-worth by letting go of these like psychological things that are essentially holding you back and causing you to kind of even sacrifice yourself in certain ways just by not dealing with those emotions. It's better to be like, oh, fine, I won't, whatever, rather than dealing with how you really feel about it. So just know this is a full moon that is really going to trigger those areas, and especially around intimacy issues and merging with another person and feeling really confident and having your self-esteem really boosted by being intimate with another person and merging. But also, if you've merged too much and you've become a little more too intimate, or people are trying to invade upon your own self, chances are this is the time you're going to draw the line. So any one of those things can happen during this Pisces full moon. So next we're going to talk about the Sun squaring Saturn in Sagittarius, which is going to happen on September 13th. And the Sun squares Saturn a couple times a year, and these are usually a few days of obstacles that come out in our life, and we're going to feel, temporary frustrations, and some tough decisions might need to be made, and you're just going to have to stay patient and stay focused on what it is that you're going after. So just know this is a time when you're going to have to stay a little realistic and not pessimistic around certain things. And for you, that has to do with challenges to your own self-esteem in love affairs and romances, and what it is, being able to go after your own joy and express yourself in life. Like, how can you might be feeling that you're like, oh God, I want to manifest a better situation. I want to manifest more, leisure. I want to do this hobby, but I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money, or whatever. And so there's going to be a breakdown in these areas. And chances are maybe you have a financial obstacle based on a risk that you took at one point, and it's not really paying off. So just know that these types of things can come up during the Sun square Saturn. But essentially, maybe a lot of your material constraints are what is blocking that ability for pleasure and leisure in your life. It's really, happiness is important, especially for Leo. Your whole being is built on joy. So how can you break down that area in order to really step in to those zones? So the next day we're going to talk about is September 19th or 20th, depending on where you are in the world. And that's when we're going to have our new moon at 27 degrees Virgo. And recently, this whole year we've been having new moons early on in the sign. So we get that fresh new, revival of the new moon early on. But now we're getting it at the very end of the Virgo cycle. So you have already worked on all these issues, and now you're getting that initial, getting that renewal in order to plant new seeds and initiate new projects in your life and just feel just fresh again. And that's really about reviving your own confidence. So by the end of, by September 19th and 20th, you're going to feel, basically at the end of September, you're going to feel way more confident about what it is that you're doing. You're going to have a shift in your own self-esteem and what it is that you're worth, and how you can, being able to act on your own manifestation capabilities. So just know that if you're feeling a little strapped during the month of Virgo, or just feeling a little restricted in some way, chances are you're going to have a renewal of your own resources towards the end of the month. So lastly, we're going to talk about the Sun, who's going to move into Libra in our autumn equinox. That happens on September 22nd. And this is a time of year that's a natural cycle where we go into fall, and basically it's a cycle of release. We have equal light of day and night. That rhymed. And your spotlight is essentially going to switch to areas of peace and harmony and social life. and everybody is. So for you, that's really tapping into working on a peaceful mind. You know, how can you get your mind in a place to where it's not driving you crazy, essentially? Because peace of mind and having that clear perception about what it is that you see and how you communicate others is crucial. And you're going to be working on that during that Libra season, which will mostly happen in October. So just know by the end of this month, your social life is probably going to kick up a little bit, and you're going to be out there communicating with others and just having a good old time, and it'll be a lighter time of the year. So, you know, Leos, how can you step into your own self-worth this month and really get what it is that you are worth? Because, you know, you got a lot to offer, Leo, so how can you communicate that to others? All right, Leo, so what does the tarot have in store for you? Well, we have the Son of Pentacles as the grounding and the Father of Swords as Mercury's messing with me. Say that again. All right, Leo, so what does the tarot have in store for you for this month? Well, we have the Son of Pentacles as our focus and the Father of Swords as our grounding. And that is really just tapping into how this is all about staying grounded and being secure and dependable on what it is that you're working for and how you're working with other people, and basically focus on gradual progress. Don't try to rocket out the gate. This is a month where you are slowly working towards what it is that you want, and you're putting routines in place to help you get there. And it's important that you stay focused on those goals and use that clear logic and reason that the Father of Swords is able to bring to you, because it is a master of communication and a master of making solid decisions and staying the course for something. So you have these two cards basically here to help you stay loyal and determined to your cause and use your power in the best way possible, not only for yourself and your own mind, but with other people as you communicate to them what it is that your goals are. So just know that this is a month where slow and steady wins the race. So watch out for being too stubborn in certain areas, because this card can bring up issues of that. But I think other than that, if you stay on track and you stay focused and you have those clear ambitions in your mind, this is a month of real progress for you, Leo. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to connect with me to find out more or to get a reading, you can find me at energeticprinciples.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Energetic Principles. I also have a podcast with Shauna McGrath of Neo-Feminine Astrology, which is called The Feminine Principle, Astrology for Authentic Living. And that is a podcast that comes out weekly where we discuss what is going on in the stars, along with tarot cards and inspirational quotes. So feel free to stop by. You can find that on Podbean, iTunes, or YouTube. So, you know, I'd love to connect with you and hear what you're thinking during this September season. So please comment below with what is going on with you. And if you want to stay in the know, please subscribe to my channel. So I'm wishing everybody a fabulous September and the month ahead. And as always, may the stars be with you.